And Pat, you rewatched the game. In regards to the offensive line's performance, I wouldn't call it by any stretch a dominant performance, nor did they get overwhelmed or dominated. It seemed to be, a struggle between a top-notch offensive line, but a very capable defensive front, where they were winning their share of the battles, but also losing some. And they seemed to give Stroud plenty of protection through most of the game. But then later in the game, I don't know if it was that they wore down and Oregon had enough of a rotation on the defensive front, or it was just so obvious that Ohio State was passing all the time that they seemed to give up more pressures late in the game.
Yeah, they definitely did. And there were some holding calls. DeJuan Jones, I think, a couple of times. Thayer Munford, a big one, which I know some fans were questioning whether or not that was enough for a hold on one of the late drives where C.J. Stroud ran for a first down, and then that was negated. But, yeah, I think in terms of protection for Stroud, I think the offensive line was pretty good. Not good enough in the run game. But the talk coming into the season was that this could be one of the best offensive lines in the country. They moved Thayer Munford from left tackle to left guard, got Paris Johnson in at right tackle, moved Nicholas Petit-Frere over. These are mostly 4- and 5-star kids. DeJuan Jones was a little under-recruited and has played fairly well. But, this was supposed to be a really good offensive line. And I think through the first 2 games, they've been solid, not great. The penalties were a problem. Only giving up 1 sack through 2 games, which is good for sure. But you want to get that running game going more in this game. Obviously, they did establish that against Minnesota. So I would say it's a middle of the road performance, B- type of thing from the offensive line, which is not good enough when that's something you're really expecting to lean on if you were Ohio State coming into the season.